Cory is going to come and share. And back in 94, 95, I felt a calling to reach out to at-risk young people. And at the time, I was in my upper 20s, and actually would start. Go back a couple of pictures, or go a couple of ones, because there's a whole Perkins crew there. I would go to Perkins about 3 times a week at about 10 at night, and stay till 4 in the morning. And there would kind of be this counterculture of young people. Like, that's Cory right next to the fine-looking gentleman on the right. That's a young Peter Willer. Very fashion savvy, even back then. Trendsetter is what they say. But actually, that's me second from the left, and Cory is right next to me on my right there. And then there's a really fun picture of the both of us right there. And so this picture is from, we think, 1995. And so we lose track of some of that stuff. But Cory is one of the individuals that I started connecting with. And Cory, in 1995, you were 17?
17, yeah. 17
years old. And so that's why it kind of says old school source on your program under Cory's name. And so Cory, in your own words, tell us a little bit, 17 years old when we met, what was going on with your life?
Well, I was recently sober. At the time, I was going to a lot of AA meetings and stuff where I needed to get off probation. Of course, it wasn't my choice, but I happened to meet Peter at Perkins, and he left a really positive impact as far as God reaching out, and as far as not feeling ashamed about God, and I felt a good connection with him.
And then after, there was a season there where you had been around and some of the things we were doing and kind of connected with that crew, but then you got into your 20s. I didn't see as much. What was going on in your 20s?
Well, I got off probation. Hello? I got off probation, and naturally I went back to my lifestyle of addiction, of numerous chemicals, and organizing crimes to produce chemicals, and just a really bad life choice I made when I was 20s. And recently my parents had passed away also, and that gave me the right in my own mind to keep destroying myself. And yeah, I made a lot of bad choices, to say the least.
In Cory's 20s, though, it was interesting to me. There's a couple of what I felt were real divine appointments. And we had done one outreach at one of our trips at these huge rave gatherings. And I kind of surprised Cory by being there. He had no idea why someone like me would be there. And I think it's okay to say he was a little ashamed that he was there. But I really believe it was a God connection. And then actually just about, I guess it's been about 5 years ago, that we had another connection that was kind of odd. You want to, and it's also connected with even having the art co-op and with that. So share about that a little bit.
Well, just recently I lost my father, and my mom was moving out of her house, and I was looking for a cheap place to live my lifestyle, and I seen an ad in the city page that said studios, $125 a month. So I thought, well, what better way to recluse myself, and nobody will mess with my business. So I called it up, said Peter. I scheduled an appointment, met with Peter. I'm like, oh my God! Right then, I knew I couldn't go on with my dirty plan, but.
And then, and that was about 5 years ago. And again, it was about 3 weeks after your dad passed away. And I remember that we ended up having just a really solid conversation. And I believe, again, that was a real divine appointment, and that God's had his hand on you. And so tell us a little bit about now, just, the last couple years.
Well, in the last couple of years, I've met the woman of my life, Haley.
Shout out, Wade.
And I've been blessed with a child, Paisley, which is a direct divine intervention to wake me up, and it's just awesome.
So being a dad, having that go through you, that changed a lot of stuff in you. Actually, we do outreaches at May Day. If you're not familiar with the May Day in Minneapolis, there's a big May Day festival. Kind of the alternative Minneapolis is there. They say 50,000 people attend this parade, and we try to be this light right in the middle of it and have the most fun and creative and just kind of draw these people that just are confused that this Christian group is there. And it allows us all these conversations. Well, we're at that first Sunday of May this year, and Cory comes up to me, out of the blue. Hadn't seen him for several years, and he has Paisley in his hands. And just within a couple of minutes, he's telling me that he's a father now, and that he's sober, and he's trying to clean up his life. And so, tell us a little bit just about that living situation you're in earlier this year.
Well, I was living at renting a room in a house with like 5 or 6 guys, and there was a lot of inappropriate behavior going on within the same house I was in, and it just, with a new kid, and I just wasn't a comfortable spot to raise my child, and I was, financially it was the only place I could really get into because it was kind of a rush to get in, but I talked to Peter about maybe transitional housing, and he got me into the Joshua House, and I did some renovations on a lot of the other projects, but it's been really great. It's given me an opportunity to surround myself with a positive influence, and I don't know, it's cool.
Yeah, the nice thing about the Joshua House is a 4-plex. And so we're able to provide that for Cory and Haley, and have that be a place for them to just be a part of a new start for them. And it came with a cost because he had to retile the whole thing. Actually, he chose to retile the whole thing. And but to finish up, we just talked a little bit about, what's your vision for the future. I know that part of this last season, you heard that Cory's parents passed away in his 20s, and actually Haley's mom passed away several years back. And so being just a young couple with a new child, just how important is it to have Christian community and other moms and dads in your life?
It's been very important because, losing your parents, I don't know if anybody has, but it's an inevitability of life, and you just feel lost and unconnected and rejected by the world for some reason. But it's really good to see other children around and other parents. Greg and Heidi is one of them also, but it's good, and God's been hand in hand with it the whole time, and I give all the credit to God.
So, and to end, just what do you see in the future? What are some of your goals now that you have that you didn't have a couple years ago?
Well, I'd like to be a homeowner and a business owner, and we'll go from there.
So, and how about with your family?
Expanding my family.
Excellent.
And getting closer with God.
So, let's give up.